Well, there is nothing quite like getting back to the boat ramp to realize that your truck was broken into. Woo! Guess who is back in a kayak today? Yep, this guy. I am here in a kayak I borrowed. Thank you, Carrie, for letting me borrow this. My buddy Kevin invited me about a month ago to go do the team kayak tournament, the saltwater survival series. So today we're doing a little bit of pre-fishing out here in the marsh, chasing down some redfish, seeing what we can find before this tournament in about 5 days. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Man, it feels good to be back in a kayak. It has been a minute. I've really been enjoying the boat, but I missed it a little bit. You know, it's nice to be back. So you knew you couldn't keep me out of a kayak forever. So anyways, we are gonna get out of here, do a little bit of fishing, see what we can find. Stay tuned. That is a good one. That's a real good one. Yes, sir. Caught on the old red flash. Caught on red flash. There we go, 26 and a half. 26 and a half. All right, buddy. Woo. No. He's little. Again on red flash, another little redfish. Pretty though. Well, there is nothing quite like getting back to the boat ramp to realize that your truck was broken into. Yeah, truck is now a mess. They broke into my truck. They stole, that's glass falling down in the door right now. They stole my Grundon's bag, my new dry fit bag. Inside it was one of my Grundon's jackets. Had a GoPro in there, had a DJI Osmo camera in there. A lot of valuable stuff to lose. There's nothing I hate more than a thief. And man, I hope they catch the person that did this. I cannot stand thieves at all. All of this stuff is replaceable, so it's, you know, it's not a big deal. It's just a real pain, and the biggest pain is now I have to fix my window. I should have just left my doors unlocked for that matter, but you know, I had some valuable stuff in there. I don't think that it was a fisherman because I had tackle boxes in there, I had lures in there. They didn't take any of that stuff. They literally just took a bag that was sealed closed. I had tools. They didn't take any of that stuff, but sure makes for a crappy day. But anyways, we before that point, we had a great day. We caught some redfish, both me and Kevin. We had a good time. I caught some good slot reds. I caught some that were under. Caught some trout. It was great. Everything was going perfect, and then we rolled up here to see that. So yeah, there it is. Well, when you think that this story can't get any worse, it got worse. I've got a little update for you. I had the police officers come out, and I had to make a list of, everything that was stolen. We went over that, and they did a police report, and the police left, and I went and I swept out the glass out of my seats, to make sure all that was out, and then I was going to run and get it vacuumed, and I got in my truck, and when I went to start it, it sounded like a freight train, because these scumbags, these low-life thieves, they took more than I thought. They took my catalytic converter off the bottom of my truck, my exhaust, and they cut it pretty much all the way up to the motor. So it was undrivable at that point. And I live like 2 hours from the coast, which is a real problem at that point, because I had to get it towed. I had to get my vehicle towed, and I had to get a ride back. Luckily, Kevin was nice enough to give me a ride halfway back. My wife met me the other way, but my truck was being towed. And I was fortunate enough that I do have decent insurance, and they're covering a lot of that cost, but I still got to pay deductible, which made this a lot worse, and I've got to wait, and there's nobody that has rental cars right now, so I'm out of a vehicle until this is fixed, which is a real problem. I've got to get my wife to drop me off at work every day and pick me up, and it's just a real pain. It's a hassle, and while I'd like to say that this is an isolated event, and I hope that this never happens to you, but unfortunately that's probably not the case. Some of you are going to have to go through this, and the reason I say that is because this is very common right now. When I was talking to police officers, and I talked to the tow truck driver and insurance and all of them, every one of them said that it's happening, and it's happening a lot, especially at boat ramps. It's very, very common. In fact, the tow truck driver told me that my truck was the third truck that he's picked up in the last week, in that area. And while I would like to think that it's just that area, they told me that's not the case either. It's pretty much all boat ramps. All of the little isolated ones that aren't part of a marina or something big like that. And that's unfortunate, because a lot of those places are great areas for fishing, but unfortunately they're bad areas for break-ins. And I think going forward in the future, I'm just not going to use those smaller ramps. I'm going to go to ramps that are connected to marinas and tackle shops and restaurants and everything else, because there's going to be a lot more traffic and a lot more foot traffic in and out of the parking lots, and maybe that will deter some of these thieves from stealing and breaking into all of our vehicles. And I hate that I even have to do that. I hate that we have to, be cautious about that, and go to places that we, generally wouldn't go to, just because, we're fearful of possibly, losing a lot of money and equipment. But that's the only suggestion I can give you. If you're going to go out fishing, regardless if it's a kayak or if you're, in a boat, it makes it a little bit easier if you're in a boat. But if you're going out, pick ramps that are busy, that have a lot of traffic. Those places are a lot less likely to get hit by thieves and break-ins and all of that. And again, I hate that I even have to say that, but going forward, that's what I'm going to do. I'll make the extra drive on the boat, to make sure that this doesn't happen again, because it's a huge hassle. It's a pain. I'm without a vehicle. I've got to pay a deductible. I've got to, wait for repairs. I had to, have the cops come out. I have to deal with insurance, and there's just a lot to something that, it's awful. I can't stand thieves. I absolutely hate them. I can look past a lot of people, doing certain things, but stealing is not one of them. I can't stand it. I absolutely hate thieves. But and after this, I went to Facebook and I posted this up, and a lot of you guys commented, and friends commented, and then I got a bunch of messages. And unfortunately, I had 5 or 6 people that all told me that this happened to them within the last 2 weeks at all kinds of different boat ramps. I think I had 6 messages, and out of that, there were 4 different boat ramps where they had been hit. So all I can say going forward, all I can suggest is that you pick boat ramps that have high traffic. That maybe they're connected to a restaurant, or they have tackle shops, or they have bait shops or something, you know, where you have a lot more people that can see and see what's going on. You know, if you're in Galveston, Waterman's is probably a good place. There's a lot of people that come in and out of that all through the week. If you're down in Matagorda, then you know the harbor. That's probably where you want to go. But yeah, again, I hate that I even have to mention that, but that from now on, that's what I'm going to do. My only other suggestion is that if you do leave your truck, wherever it is, whatever boat ramp you pick, don't keep any valuables in there. Don't give them a reason to break in. You know, and if I didn't have that in there, I don't know if they would have broke the window or even cared about going inside. I think they still would have taken the catalytic converter, but you know, insurance will cover that. They're not going to cover my, you know, my jacket and my bag and my cameras and my electronics that were stolen. And out of all of that stuff, I think what bothers me the most is my jacket, my new Grundon's jacket. I absolutely loved it. I've been wearing it everywhere. You know, it's just a fantastic jacket. In fact, I was going to do a video on it and tell you guys all about it. And when I get another one, you know, when I get that replaced, then I will. I'll tell you why I love that jacket so much, because it really is something special. And we'll go into that, and I'll do a full review on that, because it's something that I think you guys are going to want to see. But, you know, just be safe out there. Be cautious of what's going on. You know, pick places that, you know, have high traffic, and keep your valuables out of sight. And a lot of those things that I wish we didn't have to think about, but unfortunately we do. But anyways, be safe out there. I hope this doesn't happen to you, but unfortunately, I think you know, some of you are going to have to deal with this. But anyways, thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment below, and we'll see you next time.